Right, so I wanted to make this video, and this is my first video on this channel, so that's pretty cool. But I wanted to make a video talking a little bit about Morbius, because things are starting to get really, really interesting surrounding this movie. What is going on with Morbius? Like, what in the actual hell is going on with Morbius? Because this movie has had a very, very weird history. If I remember correctly, we were supposed to already have this movie in, what was it, March? Or I'll look it up right now. Morbius, initial release date. Okay, so the movie is now slated to come out in January of 2022. Yeah. It was initially supposed to come out in March of 2021. So this movie was supposed to come out before Venom. And infamously, in the trailer, you have shots that heavily imply that Morbius takes place in the MCU. You have the Spider-Man graffiti on the wall, marking him as a murderer. You have what appears to be the Vulture himself at the end of the trailer. But then you have Sony coming out, denying that this is an MCU movie, if I remember correctly. And keep in mind, this is very important, it was supposed to come out before Venom. Well, Venom's already out, and this movie's coming out in January. It got a big delay. So what's going on with this movie? Because now it's coming out of the order that they initially intended it. It's got me really confused, I'm not gonna lie. I put spoilers in the title because we will be talking about spoilers for Venom Let There Be Carnage. So if you have not seen Venom Let There Be Carnage by now, or somehow don't know about what happens in that movie, you might not want to watch this. At the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage, the post-credit scene has Venom being transported into the MCU, which, by the way, was incredible. That was awesome. It has him in the MCU now. He licks Tom Holland. And so it's got me wondering, if Morbius now comes out after Venom in January, is Morbius in the MCU, or is it just coming out of order? Now, I do have a theory on this. Me and my brother were talking after we saw Venom for the third time, and we were talking about Morbius, and the idea was brought up that, and I don't know if this is true or not, I think it's worth noting, I don't think Morbius was initially intended to be an MCU movie. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I got the vibe from Venom that post-credit scene was pretty last minute. It seemed very last minute. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing, it's just the nature of it and the way the story was wrapped up, the whole thing seemed kind of, not rushed, but maybe Sony and Marvel reached a deal to have Venom in, say, Spider-Man 3, like, pretty late in production. I don't know if that's true, it's just a theory. But if that theory is true, is it possible, and again, I don't know a lot about how movies are made, but is it possible that maybe Morbius was delayed till after Venom for, it almost got a year-long delay? And is it possible that the reason for that delay was because they had to go back and do reshoots in order to MCU canonize it? Like, are we gonna watch Morbius in January and have there be small scenes and nods and references to the Avengers or to Tom Holland that maybe were not initially there in the first cut of the movie? I don't really think that's what's happening, but I think it's worth considering. Now, the other possibility is, no, Morbius takes place before Venom. It is a prequel, like before Let There Be Carnage, not the first Venom movie, but it does indeed take place before Let There Be Carnage, and it just happens to be coming out of order, which is very possible, and honestly, that's probably what's going on. But I gotta admit, it has me scratching my head on, like, what is going on with Morbius? Is he in the MCU? Is Venom gonna be in it? And that's the thing, if Venom does pop up in it, what does that say about his place in the MCU? It would have to mean that this is a prequel, unless, like I said before, Morbius is just already established as being in the MCU. But I'm sure all of this will become pretty obvious if and when we get another trailer for Morbius, which we should be getting pretty soon, actually, given that the movie comes out in January. I thought it came out in March. And I would imagine they definitely want to have a new Morbius trailer that goes along with No Way Home. And hey, if this is maybe now an MCU movie, they might even want to tack in elements in that trailer that pertain to Venom or Spider-Man, or the greater implications of the movie as a whole, which was obviously something that Venom couldn't do because it was a post-credit scene. But hey, for all I know, Morbius could be in No Way Home. He almost definitely isn't, but I also thought Venom definitely would not be in No Way Home. And it looks like he's going to be in No Way Home, which is crazy. Even if it's just for a post-credit scene, still, the No Way Home looks like it's going to be an absolutely packed movie, and I cannot wait. We should be getting the new trailer for it pretty soon if you believe the rumors. On top of that, if you believe the rumors, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty long trailer. Now, obviously, I'm talking about No Way Home now, not Morbius, but yeah, what is going on with Morbius? I don't know. Let me know if you think you know, and I look forward to hearing what anyone has to say on this, if anyone has anything to say on it. Maybe it's pretty obvious to you. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.